As someone who has busted boosters and exposed cheaters tons of times on my YouTube channel, I always provide both video evidence and rationale behind why I believe that these players that I'm calling out are cheaters, and will only do so if it's blatantly obvious that something wrong is going on. I do this because I don't want to smear the name of people that aren't actually cheating but are just better than me, and because if players get banned for cheating, it has implications for other games that they play. For example, in Call of Duty, if you get a VAC ban, it goes on your account and affects other Call of Duty games since they also run VAC protected servers. If you get banned from one game, you get banned from them all, and other games altogether outside the Call of Duty franchise like CSGO, in that it will rule you ineligible for playing on certain tiers of servers all the same. The problem is that accusations are always usually flying around on the PC, even for a player like me when I get a cool kill cam like this. Yes.
It's gung ho, bam, bam. What the fuck was that kill cam? Yo, this guy doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
One more.
The what? It was you!
Normally, you take them as a compliment and move on, or try to question why a player thinks you're cheating when you're playing legit. But the other night, we struck gold with the worst hacker hunter I've ever encountered before. Knots and Coots were accused of hacking after dropping a few decent games on shipment. Now, this wasn't just any regular hackuzation. The player throwing out the fireworks was a Prestige Master level 162 named r/Call of Duty World War II. After following through to that particular subreddit, which isn't the official Call of Duty World War II subreddit, by the way, it's one that's got a much worse style sheet that makes it look like sheet, and yeah, I did pronounce that wrong on purpose for the joke, you grammar Nazis out there. Eventually, we found our way to this post under the Call of Duty World War II report forum, titled Knots and Coots both wall hacking in World War II with a staggering 6.67 KD in a game mode. I nearly fell out of my fucking chair laughing when I saw this shit. You're watching the games, and more importantly, the Bronze Star kill cams in the background now. Is there any fucking evidence of wall hacking? Of course not. It's shipment, for fuck's sake. There's only 7 spawns on the whole goddamn map, and people know the wallbang crate spots. The Reddit post then points out that Knots, clearly being sarcastic, typing, "Please try to get us banned," as if that is an admission of cheating. This delusional ass clown, Howie M as he's known on Reddit, then explains his rationale in the bowels of the post, which include the fact that he knows what he's talking about since he's got 107 pages of accusations, which is something I'll get into later, as that means abso-fucking-lutely nothing once you see what the accusations actually are. But the gems in here include the fact that Knots and Coots have changed their names multiple times, which is free to do on Steam, and that a PC player with a 3.0 or higher KD is obviously cheating their ass off, which is fucking laughable at best, considering that even I've gotten higher than 3 KD gameplays all the fucking time. But the plot thickens as this hypocritical twatwaffle also has changed his Steam name multiple times and has posted gameplays on his own YouTube channel, which have gotten better than a 3.0 KD on PC, like this one here titled Perfect Game, 63-0 on Stronghold. There's just one problem with it though. It actually isn't a 63-0 game. It's a 63-1 gameplay, as you can clearly see here at the end, and he dies multiple times from both enemies and teammates as well, so it's not a fucking perfect game. Plus, check out this here. I don't know if it's his potato-esque recording software skipping frames like fat kids skipping vegetables, but that looks more like a wall hacker and aimbot to me than the dozens upon dozens of clips that we'll go over in just a minute that he's posted to this ridiculous subreddit to send people on fucking witch hunts after supposed cheaters. Before I move on to the part of the video where I question his credibility to be a moderator of a hacker hunter forum, check out the post accusing Knots and Coots. There's hilarious banter in there, especially this one that I've got up on screen now, where Knots basically just flips everything that this hacker hunter says into going, yeah, you're just a bad player, bro. Link in the description. So I've gone through the process of painstakingly reviewing tons and tons of videos in which he accuses other players of wall hacking either without evidence or just being a fucking idiot, not understanding how the game works, even though he claims otherwise. If you're a Prestige Master level 163 and can't tell the difference between a good player and a hacker, I have no fucking hope for you. Here's just a small snippet of what I'm talking about. This is clearly an aimbotter, not even aiming down sight, getting headshots almost every single time in the kill feed and snapping from target to target like a fucking sassy black girl, all nimbly bimbly. What I'm about to show you is not evidence of an aimbot, yet this is what he accuses someone else of in a Reddit post. This is a known feeding spot on Ardennes Farce. If you've ever seen my top 5 Call of Duty World War II plays, you'll recognize plenty of clips have been hit from this spot. Plus, there are 0 headshots in this clip, unlike the other one I showed you. Oh, and did you see his KD in this game, by the way? 23 and 9. Howie must have been hacking according to his own twisted logic on this next post I'm going to show you here from WMO Kitty, where the title already makes me crack the fuck up. 2.0 plus KD on PC. It's not possible with all that hacking, which doesn't even make any goddamn sense. It should say it's not possible unless you have all that hacking, or without all of that hacking. I guess I am a grammar Nazi after all. Anyways, let's watch this kill cam here where the hackuzation takes place, and it kind of looks pretty fishy in real time, to be honest with you, until you realize that the enemy has a recon plane up in the goddamn air, and he isn't running the mountain class, combined with the fact that he just shot the player that just shot his teammate, and then panned over to a known spawn location, where he basically watches the enemies run right in front of his line of sight, not once, but twice. This isn't cheating, this is taking easy kills from stupid fucking enemies. And knowing the goddamn spawn locations on the map, which, by the way, in the other Reddit post accusing Kutsanats of, that apparently doesn't matter. Do all of these idiots typing report cheater not see the fucking recon plane up in the air, clearly giving away their locations? Speaking of recon planes, here's another gem involving a triple play cable, internet, and phone of Wallhacks accusations when you can clearly see recon plane inbound from somebody on the enemy team, followed by getting hard scope when walking into the only line of sight that's available to you from the area where he was running to from WWII, and it happens multiple times, as you can see here, when WWII waits for the red dot to run into his line of sight, and then the subsequent death where you see the enemy recon plane in his field of view right before getting sniped. If this is cheating, getting sniped after being shot at with a recon plane up in the air, then I've been guilty of cheating for a long fucking time. Same goes for JTE Rush and Tongs, who the dumb shit calls out for hacking after shooting at another enemy player while a recon plane is in the air, completely revealing his position away. That's not cheating, it's called flanking, you scrotum sniffer. He also then accuses !U based on this clip, which is him running into the only line of sight that this sniper has, and his teammates even tell him to calm the fuck down. Nobody is hacking in the game-winning kill cam. Staying with Gibraltar, first is Cellcop, who ends up killing his teammate who is standing where Cellcop's teammate first dies. Then Cellcop pans over to the left where this cunty monkey was actually shooting at somebody else. God forbid someone make use of their minimap without being called a hacker. Then the accusation in this kill cam, which is a perfectly fucking shitty McDouble, so toss that shit on the grill, which warrants the appropriate LOL response because it's laughable how moronic that this guy is. This same game has another, quote, hacker in Dorzer, who in this clip just absolutely career ends Howie after being shot at. Then another instance of this insane minimap knowledge I speak of, since Dorzer saw him firing at one of his teammates, so obviously he's gonna go look where the red dot shows up on the minimap. And the final kill cam, where he actually checks some angles before clearing off the B objective, which is obvious based on the UI on the screen. Another one is Zarbo8Z, where I'll show you Howie dying to him 3 times in a row, yet Howie is just running right into his line of sight each fucking time he dies. The first 2 times when capping B, Howie goes to the same spot where Zarbo8Z is already aiming down sight. Doing the same thing over and over again multiple times and expecting different results isn't hacking, that's insanity. Then the next time, Zarbo goes towards the only objective that the enemy just captured because he could see the fucking UI change on his screen. This is playing smart, not cheating, yet you have the nerve to call him a fag cheater cunt? Hardcore mode is all about reaction time, and just because someone is quicker than you doesn't mean that they're fucking cheating. Next is a 2 for the price of 1, as I'll explain all of these kill cams to you since you're a complete fucking moron and don't understand how shipment works, even though this map has been in 4 different Call of Duty games, now dating back to Call of Duty 4. Prince of COD sees someone capturing B and shoots you through the same exact wallbang spot that you actually killed me here during that same session where Howie accused Knots and Coots of cheating. Same goes for this halftime kill cam, where it clearly shows the enemy capturing B. And stop running into gunfire too, by the way. This next one, you're obviously capturing the A flag and start shooting at the enemy first, so I don't know how you'd call walls on this one. And finally, the second kill cam is a pretty straightforward rush route, yet your evidence of admission is more sarcasm. I guess your detector is pretty fucking faulty, dude.
Is it even funny playing when you cheat? Is it funny?
Yeah, it's very funny, actually. Oh, you guys are hilarious.
I can't believe I'm explaining kill cams and sarcasm to an idiot, but yet here we go with some more accusations. The next one is more difficult, as I will even admit, it kind of looks sketchy when you watch the kill cam the first time here, as this is what an actual wall hack would probably look like. The last kill is either the best pre-fire I've ever seen, or he knew the player was coming because he had ESP and could see through the wall. But let's take a look at what actually happened in real time. That's the kill feed in the lower left-hand corner in the game-winning kill cam, but check out what Howie is looking at. A friendly recon plane in the sky. No wonder why his teammate knew where the player not using the mountain division was coming. Use a little goddamn common sense, you fucking douche canoe. Then there's Adam, who finds himself in the same position as Knots and Coots were, who was called out based on these clips, which are, again, perfectly normal plays for someone who is actually good at the fucking game, yet Howie has the audacity to call him a faggot cheater. I mean, does anyone seriously look at these clips and think, yeah, it's obvious that he is a wall hack in this situation where I run right past him, or I'm capturing the objective and everybody fucking knows it, or my situational awareness is absolutely shite. That's when him and his buddies took to the subreddit to defend the gameplay with the same bafflement that me and Knots and Coots had when we first ran across this tool shed. Quote, I know when people are cheating. Clearly fucking not, you delusional cunt. This video is already getting kinda long, and there's literally dozens more like this that I'm not gonna bother breaking down further because it's just the same regurgitated shit like this one here of an obvious feed area on our den forest, yet the person gets called out for aimbotting. It's also the reason why, Howie M, there hasn't been enforcement on your paper-thin accusations, as you lament in your Reddit post here. You're the fucking boy that cried wolf, Howie. Nobody's gonna bother listening when actual cheaters are running rampant because you post nonsensical bullshit like I've outlined throughout this video. You're actually hurting, not helping, when you pull garbage like this, because there's so many fucking false positives that you introduce into the system. No wonder why there's such a mountain of fucking backlog, and it's so hard to make the legit aimbotters get banned. This subreddit is a goddamn witch hunt platform. If you run into a cheater on PC, there already is a mechanism for submitting proof. You tweet your proof to @SHG_banhammer with a clip of it, and they'll take care of it. I have done this before, and it has resulted in bans. There is no reason to have a name and shame forum like this, other than to drive your own fucking egotistical delusionism to think that you're actually doing good for the community, when you don't have a fucking clue of what you're talking about. Delving further, the subreddit seems to be moderated by Sledge_Hammer_Games, which is given the developer tag and is also a moderator of that aforementioned imposter Call of Duty World War II subreddit. The actual Call of Duty World War II subreddit is moderated by a different username, SHG_Hammer, which has the same developer designation, yet both accounts post basically the same shit on each forum, so it's unclear if this is the actual Sledgehammer Games or not, since they're actually different Reddit users, but they post the same goddamn thing. I'm going to assume that it is Sledgehammer Games, but it very well could be Smoke and Mirrors, the same way that both Howie M and Turd the Third are moderators of the World War II Cheaters subreddit, yet every YouTube post from Howie M is actually under the Turd the Third YouTube account, so there might be some catfishing bullshit going on here that I really don't want to go investigate because I've already spent way too much fucking time on this goddamn moron. Going back to my previous point, my follow-up is, why would Sledgehammer Games, if this is the real Sledgehammer Games after all, moderate a subreddit for a player that, one, clearly is delusional when it comes to his own lack of knowledge of detecting suspicious players, two, sending people on witch hunts to shame players without evidence of cheating, which, by the way, is actually against the rules of the official Call of Duty World War II subreddit. And 3, allowing such a toxic player to be the moderator of an important part of their game and security. You've seen his in-game messages where he calls players faggots or cunts, and he circumvents the profanity filter on clan tags by using vertical bars for the eye to put the word tits in his clan tag, or even names himself man boobs on Steam. There's no place in this community for toxic, ego-driven, clueless queef stains like Howie, and the fact that this subreddit is implicitly endorsed in some way, shape, or form is an embarrassment for Sledgehammer Games. Shut this fucking subreddit down. It's nothing but a dumping ground to massage the ego of someone who's more crazy than Kanye West and doesn't even have a fingertip of his fucking talent. It's both sad and laughable to believe that something like this actually exists. What do you guys think? I've been The Schwans27, making like a dick and beating it. Until next time.